Hi everyone, it's Demi Spaccavento here. I'm a period educator in schools, and today I have a fat stack of period underwear with me. Look at all of these because we are starting a new series all about period underwear. These are all just demonstration pairs that I use to show in schools and also online. And I will mention that these are not worn, these are all unused. I'm not showing you my actual used period undies because we don't do that here. Today is the first part in a series all about period underwear. How to use them, how they work, how to choose the pair that's right for you, what brand do you choose? And as we go through the weeks, we'll be going through troubleshooting leaks and making sure they're nice and comfortable for you, going through how to wash them and even how to change them when you're on the go. In today's video, we're going to be going through how to choose the best pair of period underwear for you and what brand to choose. We're also going to be learning about how they work. We're going to go through a bit about the technology that they use so you can feel like, okay, I can commit. So let's jump right in with how they work. I have a pair of period undies here, and if you turn them inside out, you'll see that there is a black section here. And this is usually called the gusset. The gusset is that inbuilt absorbent layer. It's kind of like having an inbuilt pad into your underwear. So you do not have to wear a pad with these. You don't have to wear a tampon with these. You don't have to wear a cup, which is the beauty of period underwear because it means like you don't have to use other products and you don't have to use disposables, which is fantastic for the environment. So how does this gusset work? There are lots of brands of period underwear, and each brand's technology that they use in their gusset will be slightly different, but the basics remain the same. There are usually 4 to 5 layers within this gusset that is meant to draw your period blood in, keep it away from the surface to help you feel nice and dry and make sure that you don't leak. So usually the first layer will draw that blood into the second layer so it's not sitting on the surface and so that you don't feel wet. And then that second layer usually is what keeps your period blood in and absorbs it. Usually then you go down to the third or fourth layer, which are water repellent so that you don't leak, so that that blood doesn't move outside of that third or fourth or even fifth layer, so that you can be confident that as you bleed into this, it's not going to leak out the other side. Now pay attention to the size. This is a gusset that absorbs about 2 to 3 tampons worth of blood. Then you've got larger gussets. This one goes all the way up the back of this pair of underwear. It's a really large gusset that holds about 4 tampons worth of blood. This is perfect for overnight or for people who have heavier periods. This is more of a high-rise style too, so you can already begin to see how choosing the right pair, the right style, the right absorbency is going to be really, really important for you. And we'll talk more about that as we go on. So let's go back to how do they work. You can wear your period underwear when you have your period. You can wear them under normal clothes. No one should be able to even see that you're wearing them because styles like this one from Saalt are so thin and flexy and discreet. And then the next question people usually ask is, well, how do I know when to change it? Because I said most brands of period underwear can absorb anywhere between 2 to 4, maybe even more tampons worth of blood, then that means you can usually get a little bit of extra wear time out of them than you would be able to get out of a pad or a tampon. So you can usually wear them for like 8 hours, 10 hours, and maybe some people could get into the 12-hour mark, especially if you're wearing them overnight. So if you're someone who knows that, okay, I can usually wear a pad or a tampon for 4 hours, and this pair of period underwear holds about 3 tampons worth of blood, well then you can get 3 times 4 hours of wear out of this. Even though it probably has the capacity to absorb the blood of 12 hours, you probably want to change before that just to make sure that you stay feeling fresh. And if you've had a day where you've been doing sport or you've been running around and you're a bit sweaty, you might want to change for hygiene reasons at a certain time. Now, the time that each person's going to be able to wear period underwear is completely dependent on your flow and what you're doing throughout the day. So use your common sense. If you're not feeling as fresh anymore and you're like, yep, it's time to change, then change it. And also do those calculations. Figure out how many hours can I go wearing a pad? And then times that by the absorbency level of the period underwear that you're wearing at that time. Now here's the thing, initially this is the most expensive way to manage your period. Each pair of period underwear would be around $20 to $30. Now, if you're going to be buying about 7 to 9 pairs for your collection, and that's how many pairs you would need to be able to do the full 4 to 7 days of your period using only period underwear and nothing else, that ends up being quite pricey at the beginning. But then you don't have to buy any other period products for a few years. So the next FAQ is like, oh, okay, how long do these last? Most brands say they should last as long as your normal underwear, or about 2 years. Now, maybe even more if you're taking care of them really well. And so to learn how to take care of them really well, that's going to be in another video in this series. And so in the long run, after about 2 to 3 years, you've saved money. Now, before I go through my favorites from all my favorite brands, let me talk to you about how to choose a size and how to choose a style. When it comes to choosing a size, I've found that with most brands, I can choose my normal underwear size. So I'm usually a size 10 in my regular underwear, and that's the size that I wear in most of the styles from all the brands that I've tried. The brands are usually really good like that and making their sizing pretty true to size, and they usually have a good size guide on their website as well. Now, how do you choose a style? Different brands will have different levels of absorbency, and then they'll have different cuts, and then colors as well. With color, it's your choice. Get the color that suits you and that you want to wear on your period. With the cut or the style, that again is a personal choice. I tend to like styles that are a little bit more high-waisted and that are seam-free because I don't know, the high-waisted ones just make me feel like I'm getting a little hug on my tummy during my period. And then with the seam-free styles, I like that they don't have seams because they're virtually undetectable under my clothes, and I can wear my normal skirts or pants or anything tight and you can't see them, which is really great. But with the style, it does come down to personal choice. So then we're left with choosing what absorbency we want. Sometimes brands will have period underwear that absorbs 1 tampon's worth of blood, but it's usually between 2 to 4. And sometimes you might get styles that absorb more than 4 tampons worth of blood. Now choose what best suits your blood flow. So if you're losing the average amount of blood, meaning you can go from 4 to 8 hours with a pad or tampon, then you should be okay to wear the styles that absorb 2 or 3 tampons worth of blood. And sometimes going bigger on absorbency isn't always better. The heavy absorbency ones can look a bit like this, and some people who don't need it may not want this going right up the back of the period underwear, so choose what's right for you. You can also get lower absorbency pairs for your lighter days. So if you know that there are some days where you're just spotting and it's not a whole lot of blood, well then you can get a really light absorbency pair. Or you can opt for the regular pairs, but make sure to change them more frequently. Okay, now is the time for me to show you my stack of period undies from a few different brands and kind of talk about the brands that I like and why I like them to help you choose a brand that you would like as well. So the ones I have here, I highly recommend. I think they work really well. I love the brands and their values as well, and like what they're doing to make the earth a better place. So the first brand is Saalt. Now this is the Saalt Co. Saltwear underwear. I just love how thin they are, how flexible they are. I love the gorgeous lace detailing. So this is a light absorbency pair that holds 1 to 2 tampons worth, but then I have this brown pair that holds 2 to 3 tampons worth of blood, and it again has some gorgeous like mesh paneling and is so thin again. Now what I love about the Saalt ones is that I think out of all of them, this gusset on the inside is so thin. It's just so thin. And so if you're someone who likes to wear tight clothes and who is worried maybe about it showing up under your clothes, go for Saalt. They're amazing. And then I have this like beautiful turquoise blue pair. It's a little bit higher waisted, super gorgeous, and I feel so confident in the Saalt ones as well. And I just love Saalt as a company. They are incredible. They're a B Corp, which also means that a lot of their profits go to making the earth a better place. So they support communities. They're fighting against period poverty. And honestly, the Saalt team are just like the nicest people you will ever meet. And that goes a long way. They have a fantastic and really engaged Facebook community. So if you ever reach out to their customer service, you will always be so happy that you did. I highly recommend Saalt. They're based in the US, so I'm in Australia. Shipping to Australia is a bit pricey, but I have the code BRIGHTGIRL for $5 off shipping to Australia. They do ship outside of the States, so I'd recommend, if you're not in the USA, just having a look at where they ship to, but they're probably a brand that is the most accessible to a USA audience. So then let's move to a brand that is accessible across a lot of the world, and that is Modibodi. They make period underwear and incontinence underwear. They do it for men, for women, for everybody. They make active wear that is sweat proof and period proof, but like their goal as a company, or their focus, is on this like leak-proof underwear technology. So I think that is a reason why the performance of their underwear is actually really, really great. The other thing is that they just have so many styles. So they've got these lacy styles. I think that's called the sensual style. This is another Modibodi style, and this was the one that I had said went all the way up the back for night times and heavy periods. Then these are my favorite Modibodi ones. These are the seam-free Modibodis. So they're just so soft and seamless. And when you wear this under clothes, you cannot see them. So that comes in like a lower rise and also a higher rise as well. This is the higher version, so the full brief of the seam-free Modibodi. So same thing, but just like a higher rise if you want that like tummy hug on your period. The other thing about Modibodi is that they've got period underwear for teens. So this is the Modibodi red line, and that is specifically for teenagers. So there's lots of fun prints and patterns. They've got boy leg styles as well, and the sizing is just a little bit smaller. And then they also have period swimwear. I will do a whole nother video about swimming with period underwear, but for now, this is the Modibodi period swimwear. Highly recommend. They are for light days though, not for heavy days. So don't use them on a heavy day, but go for it on a light day. They also do a full piece period swimsuit. So you could wear like these with your normal bikini top, or you could wear the one piece by itself. And then Modibodi also do active wear. So this is their running shorts, but they also have period tights that you just wear. You don't have to wear underwear with them. You just bleed right into the tights and it absorbs it all. And they're also sweat proof as well. So really awesome for working out. Modibodi are Australian owned, but they ship to most countries in the world. They have a US site, a European site, a UK site, and an Australian site. The second last brand I have to show you is the Tom Organic Period Briefs. So these are also Australian owned, and you can get these in Australian supermarkets and pharmacies. So you don't have to go online, you can just walk into the shop and grab them. So this is what the Tom period underwear look like. They're super soft and flexy and comfortable, and they come in a big size range as well. I think it is, let me see, 2XS to 3XL, and they also have different absorbency levels as well. And you can also get this in a bikini style, and at the moment they've actually just released a collaboration with Cotton On Body. So if you're in Australia, you can go to Cotton On Body and get a few fun prints and patterns as well. Now the last one I have to show to you is an Australian favorite, and it is the Bonds Bloody Comfy Period Undies. And isn't that Bonds waistband just iconic? Now, they called them the Bloody Comfy Period Undies, and yeah, it was really appropriately named because I thought that this band was gonna be a bit firmer and stiffer and like cut into me a bit. They're so soft and stretchy. Like, I think this is more comfortable than a lot of the other normal undies that I own. So Bonds are awesome. This is the full brief. And then I also have this bikini pair as well. Not bikini as in like swimmers, but that's the style. This is what the gusset looks like on the Bonds one. So you'll tend to find that the gussets on each of the brands are generally like, they look about the same. They might have a different little pattern on them. And a lot of brands are using this technology and putting their little spin on it. So when it comes to choosing a brand, the technology that they use might vary a little bit, but not too much. Like, one brand isn't gonna suck so much that you like leak through your period underwear. So then what I look for is accessibility. So like Bonds are super accessible in Australia, Modibodi are super accessible all over the world. I can go into the supermarket and get Tom. So that kind of depends on where you are in the world and all of that. Then there's the styles. So I know like I really like the seam free, and if a brand didn't have the seam free, I might not gravitate towards that brand. So you can suss out the styles and their colors to see what styles suit your preference of underwear. But then the biggest thing that I actually look for when choosing a period underwear brand are their values. Do they value sustainability? Are they trying their best to make their packaging recyclable? So I think that's all I have to say about how to choose the perfect pair of period underwear for you. It's so different for everyone. I'll leave the discount codes that I have for each of these brands down below. I don't have discount codes for all of them, but I'll put the ones that I do have. Some of them will also have affiliate links that you don't have to use, but if you did want to use them, that would support me, it would support Brat Girl Health, and we would appreciate that very much, but no pressure. And then you can all look forward to the next few episodes in this period underwear series, where we're going to talk about how to wash the period underwear, how to change them on the go, swimming with your period underwear, and I might do an episode about like troubleshooting leaks or whatever. So if you guys had a particular request for an episode, you can let me know that. And I will see you in the next episode.